Have you ever noticed how Virgos seem to carry a quiet strength, even in the most difficult moments? There's something about this sign that draws the attention of those who observe with spiritual eyes. It's as if a divine presence always surrounds them, guiding, protecting, and reminding them that they are never alone. In this video, you'll understand why God never abandons Virgos. And perhaps if you're one of them, you'll realize how much He's already worked in your life, even when you thought it was just coincidence. Many Virgos put too much pressure on themselves. They want to get things right, help, serve, and sometimes forget themselves. But what few realize is that this pursuit of perfection, this desire to do good, is a pure expression of the soul chosen to walk side by side with the Creator. Today, I'll show you the 7 spiritual reasons that explain why God has a special affection for those born under the sign of Virgo. And if you watch until the end, you'll understand that every detail of your life, even the most confusing moments, has a hidden divine purpose. Now take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment and allow yourself to feel. Perhaps during this video you'll notice signs that God is already touching you right now. Reason 1. The soul of the divine server. The first reason is the Virgo's servant essence. They were born with the gift of service, and this is one of the noblest gifts a human being can carry. In a world where many seek to be seen, Virgos seek to be useful. And God loves this deeply. The problem is that often Virgos feel their kindness is forgotten, that no one notices their effort. They help, organize, heal, and bring order to chaos, but sometimes they feel like no one does the same for them. This is where divine love manifests itself silently. In practice, this appears when, even when tired, Virgos find strength they don't even know where it comes from. It's as if an energy lifts them up and says, "I am here." This is God, sustaining the one who serves. The direct benefit is spiritual strengthening. Virgos who understand their role as servants understand that their value lies not in human recognition, but in the gaze of God, who observes them in every act of dedication. Reason 2. The heart that heals the world. The second reason is the gift of healing. Virgos are natural channels of healing energy. God chose them to care for people, for details, for the wounds no one wants to touch. Their practical sensitivity is a form of spiritual love. The problem is that Virgos forget to care for themselves. They carry the pain of others and, without realizing it, become emptied. But when they surrender their concerns to God, something miraculous happens. They are renewed. It's as if the Creator Himself recharges them, returning the peace they spread. In practice, this can manifest itself in simple gestures. When Virgos say a prayer before bed, asking God to care for those they love, they are, in fact, healing not only others but themselves. The spiritual benefit is profound. By healing, they draw closer to the divine essence. This is why God never abandons them, because He entrusts Virgos with a mission that few have the purity to fulfill. Reason 3. The chosen mind to organize chaos. The third reason lies in the Virgo's analytical mind. Many think it's just rationality, but spiritually, it's a gift of discernment. God gave Virgos the ability to see order where others see confusion. The problem is that this can turn into anxiety because Virgos want to fix everything, they want everything to work perfectly. But when they learn to trust God, they understand that not everything needs to be controlled, because there's a greater plan at work. In practice, this happens when Virgos take a deep breath when faced with something that doesn't go as planned and say, "If it's God's will, it will work out." At that moment, they align themselves with the divine flow, and things begin to fall into place naturally. The benefit is relief. They feel they don't have to carry the world on their shoulders, because God walks beside them, organizing the invisible, what their eyes don't yet see. Before we continue, I want to extend a heartfelt invitation. If you felt this message speak to your heart, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I want to feel your presence here with me, because together we create a chain of light and faith. And if this message touched you deeply, become a member of the channel or make a donation so more people can receive this energy. Every gesture you make helps spread this word of love and spirituality. Reason 4. The discipline that inspires the divine. The fourth reason is the Virgo's spiritual discipline. Even without realizing it, they live a routine that honors the sacred. The way they organize, plan, and take care of the details of their lives is a form of prayer. The problem is that sometimes they think they're too cold, or that faith needs to be more emotional. But Virgos demonstrate faith through constancy. They are faithful, committed, and dedicated, and God recognizes this. In practice, this shows when they wake up early, fulfill their responsibilities, and even when tired, continue to believe that the right thing to do is good. They don't need to shout their faith. They practice it silently every day. The benefit is inner strength. The spiritually disciplined Virgo is like a beacon for others. They show that it is possible to be firm without losing their gentleness, and that God manifests himself not only in great miracles, but also in small daily actions. Reason 5. Humility that touches the heart of God. The fifth reason is humility. Virgos are one of the most discreet signs of the zodiac. They don't seek glory, they don't boast about their achievements, and they often do the most and say the least. This attitude is deeply spiritual, as it reminds us that true power lies not in being noticed, but in serving with silent love. The problem is that this humility can be confused with a lack of confidence. Virgos sometimes feel the need to prove their worth, and this tires them, draining them emotionally. But God knows their hearts and knows how much they do without expecting anything in return. Therefore, he rewards them silently, opening paths, protecting them from unseen dangers, and placing the right people in their lives at the right time. In practice, this manifests itself when Virgos help someone and don't talk about it to anyone, or when they patiently endure injustice, trusting that the truth will come to light in divine timing. The spiritual benefit is enormous. Humble Virgos attract unexpected blessings. Their energy is so pure that God uses them as a channel of light. He may not even realize it, but wherever he goes, the environment becomes lighter, more organized, more peaceful. Reason 6. The silent faith that moves mountains. The sixth reason is silent faith. Virgos don't often talk much about beliefs, but within them lies a solid, calm, and rational faith. They may even doubt themselves, but they never doubt that there's a greater force guiding everything. The problem is that sometimes this faith hides behind reason. Virgos want to understand everything, they want answers, they want logic. And when life presents them with unexplainable situations, they feel lost. But it's precisely in these moments that God calls them to trust without understanding. In practice, this happens when Virgos decide to stop worrying and say, "If I did my best, the rest is up to God." And then things mysteriously fall into place. The benefit of this silent faith is serenity. It gives Virgos a strength that others don't perceive but feel. It's that peace that comes when everything seems to go wrong, and yet they continue to believe. This is the faith that moves God's gaze. Not the noisy faith, but the one that manifests itself in trust, discipline, and surrender. Reason 7. The mission to bring light through order. The seventh reason is the divine mission to bring light through order. Virgos came into the world to transform chaos into harmony, both physically and spiritually. They were born with the gift of seeing what needs to be adjusted, and this insight is a rare gift. The problem is that they often feel overwhelmed, as if they were the only ones who see what needs to be done. This makes them feel alone, misunderstood. But God never abandons them, because he knows that this soul needs constant support to fulfill its mission. In practice, this is revealed in the little things. When Virgos tidy up a space, organize a project, or give advice that changes someone's day. All of this is spiritual, even if it seems merely mundane. They bring order where there is confusion, clarity where there is doubt, and peace where there is despair. The benefit is immense. The more they fulfill this mission, the more they feel the divine presence guiding their steps. God strengthens them because he needs them awake, balanced, and ready to continue being this channel of light in the world. Now take another deep breath and feel what I'm about to tell you. God never abandons Virgos because he trusts them. He knows that even when tired, they continue to help. Even when wounded, they continue to serve. Even in silence, they continue to believe. Virgos are the living symbol of divine constancy. Those who even without applause do good every day. And that's why wherever a Virgo goes, there's always a light that accompanies them. They may not see it, but this light is real, and it is the presence of God, constant, faithful, eternal. If you're a Virgo or have a Virgo in your life, take this to heart. Nothing you do goes unnoticed in God's eyes. Every caring gesture, every kind word, every attempt to improve the world, everything is seen, everything is rewarded. Even when you feel like no one understands you, God is by your side. He watches you with love and pride, because he knows you fulfill your mission, even in silence. So the next time you doubt yourself, close your eyes and say, "I know God is with me," and feel it because he is. Now, I want to invite you to continue this spiritual journey with me. Subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and tell me in the comments. At what moments in your life have you clearly felt that God was by your side, even when everything seemed to be going wrong? Share it, because your story may illuminate the lives of someone who needs to hear it. And if this message touched your soul, become a member of the channel or make a symbolic donation. This way, you help me continue spreading words of faith and hope that reach so many hearts. Remember, God never abandons Virgos, because He lives within them. Now that you've heard these 7 spiritual reasons why God never abandons Virgos, I want you to allow this message to sink into your heart. Take a deep breath. Feel it. Everything you've experienced, all the pain you endured in silence, all the moments you felt like no one understood you. None of it was in vain. You were never alone. God was always there in every step, in every tear, in every new beginning. Virgos are rare souls. They were born with a gift that heaven itself respects, the gift of serving with purity, of loving silently, of keeping the world going even when the world itself seems to be falling apart. That's why God trusts you so much. He knows your heart is sincere, that you don't give up easily, and that even when you're tired, you continue to do good. Perhaps many times you don't receive the human recognition you deserve. But know this: divine recognition is silent, yet eternal. Every time you help someone, every time you offer advice, or simply listen patiently, the entire universe moves in gratitude. And God smiles because He sees in you the reflection of His own goodness. You may not even realize it, but there's a light that accompanies you. It shines softly, even when everything around you seems dark. This light is the constant presence of the divine at your side. When you feel that urge to keep going, even when you're powerless, when something tells you to keep going, even without understanding why, it's Him, holding your hand, guiding your steps, showing you that His love for you is unbreakable. Virgos have a beautiful and at the same time challenging mission: to bring order where there is disorder, to bring peace where there is noise, to bring hope where there is doubt. And so at times the journey can feel lonely. But remember, you are not alone. God chose you because He knew He could trust you. He knew that within your heart lies a strength the world needs. When you organize, heal, help, and guide, you are not just fulfilling a routine, you are fulfilling a divine purpose. So when difficult days come, and they will, don't doubt yourself. Instead of asking yourself, why me? Say with faith, because God knows I can. And you can. You always have. And that's precisely why God never abandons you. He doesn't turn away from those who carry light. He walks alongside, silently blessing each step, preparing victories that you may not yet see. To the Virgos listening now, know that God's timing never fails. He sees your effort, your discipline, your kind heart, and your faith that needs no applause. He knows the times you prayed quietly, with tears in your eyes, asking for answers. And He has already answered. The answer is in this message. It is in you. It is in this love that continues to pulsate even after so many disappointments. This love is His presence. So the next time fear tries to paralyze you, close your eyes and remember, God dwells within you. He watches over you, guides you, and renews you each morning. You are living proof of how much the divine trusts in humankind. And because of this, He will never abandon you, because you are one of His most faithful instruments in this world. Now, I invite you to keep this energy alive. If this message touched your heart, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and share this word of light with those you love. Tell us in the comments about moments in your life when you felt God's presence, even when everything seemed lost. Your story could be the sign someone else needs. And if this message moved you, healed you, or brought you peace, become a member of the channel or make a symbolic donation, so that this current of faith and spirituality continues to reach hearts in need of hope at this time. Remember, my dear Virgo, you are part of something much bigger. You are a divine creation in action, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can separate you from God's love.